So we're going to talk about how agents get mostly taken, and I'm only doing this from a background of being a cop. And before that, when I bought my first house, actually during that beginning of time, I got screwed on when I bought my first house. So then that was my catalyst to get into real estate. And now, as I'm watching my fellow brethren and sistren in real estate get taken over by all these companies promising these fantastical claims, saying they're going to help your business, they're going to give you more time to go do things. I thought to myself, it's not that difficult to actually capture real estate leads, but it's not only the capturing of the lead that can happen for about $8 or $10 each. It's really taking those leads and getting them into a nurturing system that's really important so you can keep track and keep following up with them in an agentic way, an automatic type way, so you don't have to waste your time doing that. And there are systems out there that do that very well. I have one that I built. It's called Honor Elevate. It does have $97 a month. That's what you pay. Actually, and it's not so much the advertising channel that it's going to offer, which it'll do great meta and also Google pay-per-click without you needing to pay for a management company over there. But really the savings in this is going to be the Calendly. It's a calendar type. It's not Calendly, but it does offer that system, unlimited calendars. Everything can be put into a website. It can pop up when somebody goes to a particular page. You can actually embed them in websites and share the specific link to particular forums and aggregators to get people when they put up their information. Now, if you're going to pay per click, then that's a whole nother animal. That's something that you'll be paying for the cost for the pay per click per lead, either on Facebook or on Google or Instagram, of course. But these systems, it's not hard to put those ads together. In fact, especially with ChatGPT and the other systems, you can make spectacular ads that are going to do very well and be very clickable. Each of those leads that follows through, though, where are they going to go? They're going to go into a CRM that the system actually has inside of it. But these businesses are promising, and they make themselves look like these fantastical companies with so many people, so many employees. In actuality, they're probably one-person shows, one-person companies that have come up with an idea on how to extract the most money from us as real estate agents. And you've probably seen it. They have the 30-day guarantees out there. You've seen agents that do that. If we don't produce in 30 days, we don't get your home sold in 30 days, then we'll buy it. Have you ever seen the small print on those contracts? It talks about how there's needs to be incremental price reductions to reduce that property to a point where the agent's going to want to purchase it, either to basically refresh it and sell it at a profit above and beyond where the actual seller was planning to sell it, or the other one is going to be maybe from an investment strategy where they're going to basically purchase it from the seller and rent it out until the market turns, or rent it just as a cash flow process. But the price changes are going to take that to make the guarantee work. Price changes are going to take that property to lower where the seller actually wanted to. So in terms, when the seller decides they don't want to move forward with the sale, they're really unable, except to review the agent badly, they're able to pull out of the contract without any issue or any problem with the agent, because in all the small print it was there. Same thing with these systems. Some might even say you're not going to pay us. They're going to slowly nurture you into this. So be very careful with that. In addition, also, a lot of agents look at what they're making, they don't deserve it. And that's the problem too, because these companies come along and they say, well, just give us, $10,000 a month or whatever it may be, and we'll be able to provide for you so many leads. And if you look at your return on investment, then that's going to really be worth it for you. Again, watch out for those as well. And just like I said, they make these companies appear to be multi-agent companies, lots of different staffing, but in essence, it's typically just one person that's trying to get out there. Now, these things you can do yourself. I guess that's the point. You can set this up and put together your Facebook ads on a system that I built, and it's very, very simple. But what's most important about the system really isn't that part of it, because when you're hiring these companies, you're paying them to manage leads. So instead of what you would pay wholesale for $8 or $10 a click, you're going to be paying upwards of 100, maybe more per click to these companies, depending on what kind of revenue you're putting out there is going to depend on what kind they generate for you. And if you look at the major syndication systems as well, they'll charge thousands of dollars a month to be part of their program or premier agent program. I would just say, look at it yourself and see what you could do. You'd be very surprised. If you look at a 10% return coming back. If you invest $1,000, for example, some of these companies just charge that for management per month. But let's say you spend $1,000 directly on advertising through my system. That what ends up happening, if you get $1,000 spent, you get 100 leads. About 7 to 10% of those are probably going to be wanting to do something right now. And these are valid Facebook leads. These aren't tire kickers. These are actual people that have Facebook and Instagram accounts. So you're going to see some real people there. It's going to take that, and the ones that aren't ready to move now, it's going to nurture them. It'll send them emails through the same exact system, and it will take care of them over time. So when they're ready, or they know somebody that's ready, they will be coming to you to get that. And in fact, if they're interested in real estate, not where you are, but somewhere else, then you get that referral for that. So that actually pays off in the long run, the more people you're able to take care of and nurture. But what these systems do is they pride themselves on offering you things that don't come to fruition, or the leads are crappy, or they're pulling them off some pay-per-click platform, which again, you get a lot of tire kickers and also fellow agents just testing what you're doing. Now, back in the day, back in 1998, I remember I got taken my first house. That's a little bit about my background. Early 2000, I started coding, or programming as they called it back then, on a Timex Sinclair computer. So I was kind of a little bit of a nerd. I was a fat kid, so I had all that facing me, and I hung around with the much smarter kids, thank God. And getting through high school, getting into college, I decided, the police role is what I want. So I went off on a career in LAPD from growing up in a small town in New Mexico. Fantastic, greatest thing I ever did. But I never still lost touch with my technical background. My dad was an engineer, Dyne Electron Corporation, White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico, close to Los Alamos. Remember the first atomic bomb? Maybe that explains the hair. Anyway, having said that, he was somebody that was really into tech at that time. So I kind of have that ingrained in me. So as I'm getting tons of advertisements on my social media channels, tons of text messages that are totally unsolicited, lots of emails saying that how they're going to bring my YouTube channel to the next level, or bring my business to the next level. I started thinking, this isn't difficult to first off understand. And then second off, if you can do it, if I can give you a fish you might eat for a day, but if I can teach you how to fish, then you can take it to the next level. And the price of admission is very cheap. It's just managing the software. That's $97 a month. Now, the pay-per-click stuff, that's going to cost more because you're paying that not to me, but to Meta or Facebook or Google, whichever platform you decide. And we can have that conversation. The AI stuff as well, that is an add-on system if you want the AI voice, missed call, text back, these other things, but it's something to consider. But, I wouldn't start there. I would just get the basic platform. I would get all your leads set up in there, all your contacts. I would make sure they have both name, email, and phone number, and the phone numbers are SMS capable. And there's ways to import them from whatever CRM or client or consumer relationship manager you're using. CRM, that's what it stands for. Depends on who you ask, whether it's client or consumer. But anyway, it's basically the management software that has everybody in it. You can put tags on them. You can say this was a buyer, this was a seller, this is active, this is closed, this is somebody interested in investing. You can put it all in there and design it. And that, again, isn't difficult. But once you get everything organized, then you're cooking with gas. If I could go back 26 years, 27 years and start over, I would have kept an immaculate database of my contacts. If you're starting out in real estate, that's the best advice I can give you, because your contact list, you'll live and die by your contact list. It's fantastic. And when you take it and put it into a CRM, like I've built, and you're able to take care of those clients, nurture them, reach out to them, all very simply and all in mass, so you don't have to start doing individual things. And then when they get ready, there's triggers and workflows put into place. So if they do send a response email, and, besides telling you they don't want to hear from you anymore, hopefully that won't happen. But if they send a response email with anything, you get notified immediately, then they move up, and then it triggers a different system that's going to then put you in contact with them. Maybe either a calendar appointment, if that's what you want, or it might send them a text message with an appointment, whatever it may be, however you want that process to work. But then now you're front of mind again. And that's how the system works. But so many people out there, they're giving you empty promises. Here, the painful reality is like I talked about, they say 90% of purchase leads are garbage or low quality or fake. Well, that might be true, but those 90%, those are valuable. They might not want to do anything right now, but don't ever throw them away. Those are things that can really be nurtured over time if you have the right process. And of course, hidden costs, right? So you're going to do this yourself. Like I'm saying, I'm teaching you how to fish via by voice, by videos or us actually talking, me kind of walking you through it. And, I'll make you dangerous. I think I can offer that you will be able to be successful. Of course, I can't promise anything, but you'll see the results. You'll see the leads coming in, and then you can adjust it from there. All right. Excuse me. So it's talking about nurturing. It is important to have those follow-ups with people, whether they're interested in doing something or not. Now, what happens when somebody does something? They trigger an action and a workflow that's created in your system. And then with that, it'll keep there and track them in your CRM or your consumer or client relationship management system. That's one of the most important things you can do, as I stated. Now, you do have, it's a complete solution. It does have all the social media channels plugged into it. So you're actually able to have the CRM is going to be able to communicate with the social media postings. This saves you money on that regard. So you don't have to get an actual social media poster. And if you've never used one of these and you're going into your individual social media channels, updating the same content, oh, this is a game changer. This is worth the $97 alone. Plus, I talked about the calendar link. You'll be able to create many of those. And if you have a staff, you have people working for you. Again, that's no extra charge. You can have those people plugged in there as well. Maybe you have agents and you want them round robin leads as the leads come in. You yourself don't want to handle it. You want those going to the next agent in line. Well, the system is able to do that very simply. So you're able to make best use of your time. Now with these, there's other things. So that's $97 a month. You can get your ads up and running, get your CRM up and running. You can get your email stuff up and running. Grab a phone number for another $1.15 or $1.45, I think. So it's not expensive. Get a local number in there. I have that system as well that integrates with a connector that we have put in. So once you grab that, then it's all about getting that number verified if you want to move into that next level, which would be getting some kind of an AI voice where they would answer all of your phone calls and then do their best to extract the information, which AI does a great job with that. Communicating with them, we would program the AI by your standards, so then it would get set up and then it would be able to offer them whatever it is you want, either a calendar appointment with you. Maybe they're not ready. Maybe you want them to be sent a link from your website. Maybe you want them to be sent a form. Maybe you want them to be sent your lender's information to get pre-qualified. There's so many things that it can do. And then, of course, you have the chatbot integration. So your website, one of the things on the form that I put on the website where I have this particular link is talking about your website, because it's good to kind of look at that and figure out what you have going and where it'd be best to place the form for the leads, and also the integration with the AI voice as well, if you decide to step into that. And that does cost extra just because I have to have that AI voice active, and so you can pay for it by text message. So if the AI voice starts to communicate, starts to talk, it goes by minutes on the call. It's not expensive. It's less than a minute, or two or three cents in that regard. Just like emails are 0.008 cents each or something of that nature. You can do that, or you can buy an unlimited plan for the AI, which covers everything for an additional $97 a month. But anyway, that's your choice, just to talk about it. Missed call, text back as well. But at the first, all this is offered. At first, though, my recommendation is just learn how it works, get the system, play with it a little bit, go through some of the tutorial videos, and then you'll be able to start integrating your business into it. And it really is going to be the last CRM and AI automation that you're going to need for your business, because I'm constantly updating things. I think I have 35 or 40 different voices for the AI voice. If you want to implement that at $297 a month, that covers everything. You get the unlimited as well, plus all of the AI infrastructure also. But it's something to think about. I only offer this because it just seems to make sense. I can walk you through it. And then, of course, any kind of ad spend you want to make, then, of course, that's extra because you're paying that directly to Facebook. Let's talk when you have a chance. I'm Connor with Honor. I appreciate you watching, and let me know if I can help you further. And when you go to the link that I'm going to place on this video, you'll be able to see it. You can also go just to email me, basically, Connor MacIvor, ConnorMacivor @gmail.com. Anyway, talk to you soon. 661-219-7299. You'll see an AI voice demo there. It's pretty cool. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you later.